When I looked into her eye, I can see that she glowing. When I asked her what it was, she told me Kandi Koated.
Well, hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Now, if you're new, thank you so much for clicking on my video. But look, if you're returning, thank you extra so much for coming back, okay? So what we have here in front of you is my client, Miss Jade. I'm doing her makeup. She's going to a party. So I already had started, and I asked her would she mind doing it for YouTube. So this is where I got. I'm gonna just take off on where we leaving off from now. So I've already done her cut crease. I'm using that's the throwing shade palette called Expose palette. And what I'm doing, I'm setting that concealer from out of the Sedona lace concealer palette. And you have to set your concealers because if you don't, it's going to be patchy. Now I'm also going to be using Juvia's Place palette. Yeah, that beautiful blue that I showed you. That's what she want to have first. And I'm just commenced to applying that to her eyes. Taking my time doing that. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? That's a beautiful blue. Beautiful blue. And I'm just on the other eye. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? That is gorgeous. Yes, that is gorgeous. But yes, anytime you use concealers for something, always set. And this is our throwing shade palette. I'm going to use a dark brown here. And that palette is called Expose. What I'm doing is doing a smoky eye. Okay? And I come to the side of the other eye. Can't talk right. That's what I'm doing. And the brushes that I'm using, some of them are Sedona lace out of the Vortex collection. I have it listed. And that's Juvia's Place. I got a little black out of that and put on the sides. And this is Jlarue Fairy Dust and MAC um, glitter adhesive. So I'm using a little brush to apply that where I want the glitter to go. Okay. And I finished doing that. The eyes are ready. Now I'm getting ready to apply the glitter. It's called Fairy Dust from Jlarue. And as you can see, I got a real small brush. I am strategically placing the glitter. Now, what I'm planning on doing is not putting a whole lot over her eye because I still want some of the blue to pop out. And that's all I'm doing. And as I stated, I had already primed her face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and the Neutrogena Moisturizer. And then decided I went on and then I said, let's do this for YouTube. So there we go. This is the point we at. And I went back in a little bit with the a black from the Juvia's Place palette. I love these eye shields. And her brows was done with our Kandi Koated highbrow on fleek product. There we go. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? Yes. And I'm just reapplying where I wipe her face to get the eyeshadow off. That's the Smashbox primer. I'm just re-putting it back on. Your fingers, believe it or not, are your best tools to use. They help warm the product up real good and it gets in your client's face. It gets on their skin real nice and even. And that's the Sedona Lace Concealer Palette that I'm using. I'm highlighting now with this small brush. And I know everybody highlights different, have a different procedure they use, but this is the way I do it. And that's all I'm doing, just highlighting. This is where I want light to bounce on her face, to hit her face. And you do it right in your T-zones. And I know y'all is probably like, what in the world? This is not, oh, it's going to come together. See, that's what makeup is. It's about trusting the process and trusting your makeup artist when you go to her or him. That's what it's about. Trusting the process and trusting your makeup artist. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But it's, trust me, it's all going to come together. It's all going to come together. And I'm using the Sacha Buttercup powder, setting powder. And yes, you have to set your concealer, as I stated before. And we're going to let it sit just a little bit, not too long. And again, trust the process, y'all. Okay. Now we're doing her foundation. And this is to fit me in 355. It's going to come together. It's all going to come together. Yep, it's all going to come together. Um, and again, this is a brush from the Sedona Lace Vortex collection. I'm gonna have all that listed. I'm just getting some of that off. Now, this is the part where you take your brush or your sponge and just lightly go over the highlight. This is what's gonna bring it all together. It's gonna look so well blended in. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking the Real Techniques blender and beauty blender and just going over her face a little bit. With I didn't add no product. I'm just doing what's left up there. Now you see how this blended in real good. See how it came together. It's all about trusting the process. And I love these blenders. I love it because of the flat side. It makes it's so easy to get up under the eyes real good with this Real Techniques. I love it. When I get them, I usually get about 10 or 15 of them at a time when I do buy them. I have some for me to use, and then I keep plenty of it in my makeup kit. And now I'm doing her nose. Started doing her nose, and this is a product that she brought, so I'm gonna list what it is. Um, it's a cream right off gate. I can't remember what it is, but it's okay. I'm gonna have it listed. And now I am bringing definition back into her face now, as we say. And it's a cream, so therefore it's gonna have to be set. Let me put it this way: to each his own. If you use cream and you contour and you don't set it, it's okay. You don't use powder to set it, it's okay. Do you? Everybody got their own way of doing things. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. I'm not gonna do that. But everybody have their way of doing things. And now you just see me blending that product in. I'm just blending it in to my liking. Just blending it in to my liking. And then we're gonna see how it look after I finish. I'm gonna show you how it look after I finish. But you definitely just don't put it up there and then that's it. No, you have to blend it. And I will say some people use some little dark brown or sort of light brown eyeshadow. Yes, it's a lot of makeup tricks that you can use. And that's what I want to be doing, coming back and giving y'all some makeup tips and tricks. Cause it's, trust me, it's some. I know I use a lot of them on myself. I know. And on some of my clients too. Oh yeah. But just making sure you blending this in. Making sure you blend it in real good. Because if you don't, it's gonna look muddy. And you don't want that. You don't want it to look muddy. You really don't. You don't want it to look muddy. There we go. Okay. And this is our blush, Chic to Chic, and it's called Rendezvous. Now I like this blush here. It's real thin and sheer. I like using this blush on brides. But we also have another one called Bashful, but she is very pigment. But this blush I'm using here is called Rendezvous. It's real sheer. And Jade is not the one that like to wear blush, but she was all right with me using this sheer one. And this here is our Illuminous highlighter from Kandi Koated, and it's called Climax. And I'm doing my best to do her nose without standing directly in front of her, because that's what I usually have to do. But I wanted y'all to see. I think it's coming out fine. Y'all got any questions, anything you want to ask, drop it in the comments. And if you're hearing the background noise, I do apologize. I'm out here in my she shed. Yes, my husband surprised me with the she shed, and he's finished fixing it up, everything that I wanted done to it. So I will be revealing that. So I'm just adding highlighter to her. And you do it, I'm doing it on her cheeks. It's actually you can put it the forehead, below her lip, and on the cheeks. Because what you want, the effect that you want if she turn her head or the person turn their head, that light bounce right off of it. As you see what I mean? And I keep telling you, your fingers are your best tools to use. I'm telling you, it helps that product get right in there, and it makes it look like an airbrush look. Using your fingers, as long as they're clean though. As long as your fingers are clean. And I'm just blending the product in real good. Cupid's bow. Now what I'm doing, I'm using the lighter shade in the Kandi Koated Throwing Shade palette, Expose, and I'm snatching her nose. Now I'm contouring her nose. Now I did not use that darker shade. Could have blended in. I chose not to. I wanted to try to look just as natural as possible. So that was why I chose the lighter shade, lighter brown. And again, your fingers. Isn't it gorgeous? And I actually had to blend that down some, even in the lighter shade. There we go. That's gorgeous. And now I'm using the lip. Excuse me. It's actually a lip pencil, Truffle. And I'm just going over her lips in a dark brown. And this is called one of our lipsticks, one of our nude lipsticks, Love Inside. There we go, Love Inside. It's gorgeous, isn't it gorgeous? That's just gorgeous. And I'm putting it in the center of her lips. I'm actually going to be using two lippies. I'm starting with Love Inside first. There we go. Yes. Yes, that's gorgeous. And this is our chocolate milkshake lippy. It's liquid. Yes. And what I'm using there is our lip gloss. It's actually attached to our metallic heart of gold lippy at the other end. So I just chose to use the lip gloss. And I'm going in with Matrix Kandi Koated eyeliner. Yes, it's gorgeous. I love this the eyeliner. It is so smooth, so smooth. And that's what you want. You don't want to have a eyeliner where you pulling your client's bottom eye. No, that's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Every now and then, always ask your client, are your tools, how do your tools feel against their face? Is my brush hard on your face? Ask them that. Or if I'm rubbing too hard, if I'm dapping too hard, ask them that. There we go. That's gorgeous. She'll smile after a while, y'all. And now this mascara, this is another one of product that she brought. So I will be listing that in the bottom in the description. But we actually just came out with Kandi Koated mascara called Drama. We just got that. And this is hazelnut, Fenty hazelnut face powder, finishing powder. Yeah, we just about at the tail end of it, y'all. Remember I said trust the process. So I'm just commenced to putting it on. Don't worry about how it look. Remember, I stated your when your foundation, you first put your foundation on, it has to oxidize to your skin, right? Same thing with your face powder. Put it on. Pat it in. It got to oxidize. It has to oxidize. It's gonna merge right along with your foundation. Most definitely. And that's Fenty. And the only thing I'm doing, which is a good thing to do to me, is take your brush that you had your foundation on and just go over the face after you put the powder on. Just a little bit. See how it all came together? She's going to smile. Yes. And I'm redoing the highlight on her cheeks again. But what I have discovered now, what I'm doing with my clients, um, I go ahead on and put the face powder on, and then come back and put the blush and the highlighter on. I've discovered it gives a very, very whole different effect. So I'm just reapplying the highlighter. Look at that. See, that's what you want. See how that light hitting that? That's what you want right there. And if you want to put more on, put more on. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with glistening. There we go. So she decided she brought some bottom lashes she wanted for me to put on. Fine. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting the bottom lashes on for her. We're just about finished. Told y'all I don't be trying to hold y'all long. And again, if you're new to my channel, thank you for clicking and watching this video. And share it if you feel like it. Put your comments in the bottom and I will answer them. I will answer them. And follow me on Facebook, Faces by Angela J. I have several Facebook business pages. And Bedroom Candy and Kandi Koated by Angela J. Yes, follow me. Same thing with Instagram, at Angela J Artistry. And I'm just going back in to cover up that glue where I put the lashes, the bottom lashes. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you cover the glue up. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And what I asked her was my eyeliner hurting her. Always make sure you have your eyeliner sharp to the point where they won't be hurting your customer because their eyes are so sensitive. That's just my little tidbit to y'all. And I'm just doing the other eye. There we go. And putting the lashes on this eye for her. We about at home stretch now, y'all. I do a lot of editing. But I do have 2 more videos for y'all. I've been had them. I just got to get them up for y'all. Yes. She's going to a party. Yes. There we go. There we go. Isn't it? She's smiling a little bit. Yes, Miss Jade. Y'all let me know if you want to see Miss Jade up here again. Yes. Your fingers again. Your best tools you can use. They're your best friend. Brushes are fine, but them fingers, they really, really get your product in for you. They sure do. They really get the product in for you. And I'm just putting a little bit up under her brow bone. No, I didn't want to put a whole lot. Reason why? Because the eyes are already popping. And I don't want the brow to just whoop jump out there too. No. I just got a hint of that up under her brow bone. Her eyes are already popping. Just put a little bit up under her brow. And her lashes, she also provided her lashes. And what I was asking, is she okay? Was her eyes burning? And she was telling me no. Definitely check in on your clients that when you're doing their makeup. Let me explain to you the reason why I say that real quick. Because you don't want me working with a client and your brushes are hurting them, and then they go and tell somebody, girl, I was so glad she threw my face, or she put that brush on me, that brush just biting me. See, no, you don't want that. Ask them, are they okay? And some brushes do bite. And what I mean by bite, some brushes do, the bristles does feel uncomfortable. I asked you through a couple away because I can feel on my skin, and I knew if I felt on my skin, my client was gonna feel it on their skin. So no, I threw the brushes away. Mm-mm. And this is a good way to hide your band. And what I'm using is the black liner. It's a pencil liner. I like this. The F liner. I like that. There we have it, y'all. We are finished. We are finished. Yes, maybe she's gonna smile before we leave. What y'all think? But that's Miss Jade there. Miss Jade, show 'em Miss Jade. Yes, yes, Miss Jade. Yes. And I use a different lighting right here with my camera. Yes, Miss Jade. She's trying to smile. Yes, Miss Jade. But trust me, she was really happy about her look. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that highlight. And look at those lips. Yes, neutral lip. Yes, that's what she wanted. Looks very good. Very good. And there we have it. That is the chocolate milkshake. And these are pictures that I took with my camera. Y'all enjoy them. Y'all have any comments? Put them down. Put them down below. Different lighting I tried. I will answer them. You want to contact me? All my information is below. And this is what she had on before she got ready to go. Just took a picture with my camera. Isn't that gorgeous? That's gorgeous. That's real nice. Real pretty. And this is Kandi Koated Cosmetics that I used on her right along with. All right. Y'all have a good day.